looking at a historic rail yard with mixtures of heavy petroleum products, both from above and below ground storage tanks. And we were looking at the excavation of somewhere around about 5,000 yards of soil for remediating this location to get it down to acceptable risk levels, which we'd established through the ORBECA process, or the Oklahoma Risk-Based Corrective Action process. Due to the prohibitive nature of costs of the transport disposal of the material of the soils for disposal at this location, we utilize what's called a soil shredder to treat the soils and replace them back into the excavation once they've been processed and remediated. The technology involves excavating the impacted soils and running them through a soil shredder, which is essentially what we call an environmental wood chipper. It has rotating blades and arms that pulverize the soils and allow for essentially airstripping or volatilization of some of the lighter end hydrocarbons. And we utilized a piece of equipment that had been modified to have spray nozzles in there, and applied a peroxide solution across the material as it was being discharged from the machine. This allowed for reductions from over 20 parts per million benzene to levels of non-detect. In fact, of the 5,000 yards we processed, we were pulling samples every 50 cubic yards, and I believe 95 or so out of the 100 samples, the levels of benzene were below detection limits. And I want to say the project was about a quarter of the cost of it would have been just to dig and to haul out and dispose of the material. And that's not inclusive of the costs of the clean backfill and other site restoration, which would have been required had we chosen that option.